My first guest is here thanks to the magic of television. Not a reference to Paul Daniels, thank God, he won't be here. Actually, I think her employers might have given her the night off because of her condition. According to the papers, she's, Anyway, the best-loved barmaid on television is going to have a baby. And this afternoon, she also received a Woman of Achievement Award. Nothing to do with the baby. And as they say on all the best programmes, our cameras were there to capture the poignant moment.
Well, I'm gobsmacked. I only came for the ride. Your Grace, ladies and gentlemen, I can honestly say I have never won anything before in my life, including a fella. I can't think of a better way of starting than this. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Julie Goodyear. That's a really good one. I mean, some of these awards, and I've been the recipient of a couple in my time.
I believe so, yes.
That's terrific.
Isn't it?
I mean, I think it's a really nice one.
I think it's the original Krupp diamond.
Is it?
Well, I've convinced myself.
The Kohinoor. It's terrific. Congratulations. Were you surprised? Well, now, you know the way people always pretend to be surprised, and they've got the old speech written out and everything. I mean, were you actually genuinely surprised?
Very much so, Terry, yeah. I think you could see that. I really was.
You were.
I mean, the competition
gobsmacked.
was. I still am gobsmacked.
They showed that. They showed that. That was such an impact. That's the second time that the British public have seen that because they saw it in the 6 o'clock news as well.
I mean, really. I mean, I should have made a speech saying thank you to Woman's Own and thank you to Bachelor's Foods and most of all, thank you to all the people who voted for me. And what did I do? I blew it. I stood there and said, I'm gobsmacked.
Of course you didn't blow it. Anyway, you've made up for it now. Yeah. Now, you've been Bet for the best part of 20 years. How did that all start?
How did it start? Well, I auditioned for the part and got it. And then Pat Phoenix sort of gave me some good advice. She said, you really should do some rep. And that's 20 years ago, and I went off and I did some rep at Oldham, and then came back and asked if I could sort of replay that. They didn't. I don't think they really wanted me back that quickly, but anyway, eventually I wore them down, and I've been playing Bet Lynch now for 18 years.
So it's always assumed that there's a certain amount of jealousy goes on the set of soap operas or any kind of theatrical enterprise. But in fact, you're the better actress because of Pat.
Oh, indeed, yes. And people, and Doris Speed and all the, and you know, Violet Cast and all the people who were there when I first arrived. I was very lucky, a very lucky young girl then.
I mean, you don't look too bad now, you look good.
You're a bit tasty, actually.
Thank you.
Wasn't like my screen husband. He was saying
never
that.
mind, what they laughing at?
Very jealous.
Let me just get this for you, because I think you and I are going to get on okay. Now, we're going to put that there. How much of you is there in Bet? It's a real old cliché question, but it's one that has to be asked.
Well, I think any part, there's any actor or actress plays, we put as much as we can. A great deal, we draw on experience or whatever. But I could never, I promise you, make a landlady. I really couldn't do it.
Yeah. But do you like Bet? Would she be a friend of yours if you met her, that kind of character?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you like about her? What traits do you like?
She's loyal. She's solid. She's a good mate. Yeah. I like her. She pays my mortgage anyway.
Yeah. Now, is it true that you're a perfectionist on the set, that you're a... Well, there's nothing wrong with being a perfectionist, but I mean, are you demanding?
Yes. Yes, I am. I like to see that every department's pulling as hard as the cast, as we pull. I want to know that the props are right, you know, everything. The set.
Yeah.
Again, maybe that goes back to theatre training. You know, you check your set. And the rest of the cast are just the same, you know. They check their set. The Rovers set happens to be mine. And we all check our own props and everything else because we want it to be number one.
Is there any time for any fun?
Oh, every day. Every day we fall about laughing. Yeah. Yeah, we have a lot of fun, Terry. We really do. I think we work under such a lot of pressure that if we didn't have fun, well, if I didn't have a laugh, I wouldn't stay.
Do you socialise with each other? I mean, do you go out and have dinner together?
I think some of the rest of the gang do. I don't. I choose to, when I finish work, I like to go home, back to Haywood, where I was born and I still live. And I like to go home.
Yes, we had Jean Alexander on a couple of weeks ago.
We were very, very sad for Jean to be
She
gone.
does the same thing. I mean, she lives a good way away and comes in every morning on the train.
Well, I'm not that far away, actually, Terry. I'm only half an hour from the studio, so it's easier for me.
And we must have a look at an early clip. Would you mind having a look at something from your past?
Is it black and white?
It's in black and white.
That's how old I am.
It really goes back then.
It's all right, kid. Come on. Hey, they do pies, kid. How much are your pies, love?
Steak and kidney, meat and potato, cheese and onion.
Meat and tater.
10p each.
What do you think? Shall we have 4?
You know me, I'll eat out.
She stuffs her face rotten.
Really?
It's only nerves, though. They get on top of her. Right, we'll have 4 to take out, love.
There you are, 4 boys.
They're fresh, aren't they?
Looking back at that, even then, the interplay of the characters and the way they played, it's always been, the standards of Coronation Street have always been extremely high in acting and writing as well. And Doris Speed there.
Isn't
Do
she?
you think the old pub has gone down a bit since you've taken over?
I think she thinks so.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep the standard up.
But you remember you were the real flashy barmaid.
That's right.
Yeah. And did you like all that?
I loved it.
I mean,
Loved it.
There's a part of you that wants to get into earrings like that and dress like that.
Well, I did send you a pair, you know, and you look gorgeous in them.
Thank you.
No, you really did. I was very proud of you.
Yeah. You met another bar lady today, didn't you, at the awards?
I did. I
Anita
met
Dobson.
for the very first time Anita Dobson, and she was smashing. She really was, you know. It was lovely to meet her.
Yeah. It's a completely different kind of pub, of course, and East Enders like to think that theirs is a typical East End pub, but many real East Enders say it's nothing like. Do you get anybody up in the north saying this Rover's Return is nothing like
No,
the real thing?
no.
Do you think
No.
it is like the real thing?
I know it is.
Or do you go into pubs like that?
Occasionally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've got lots of pubs like that in Haywood. They're great.
So-
But I think there's pubs like that and streets like that all over the world. That's part of its popularity.
Yeah.
You know, people can identify where, you know, if you're going to watch Dallas and Dynasty, which fine, you know, then you're going for fantasy. We're giving you the real thing.
Now, you're, according to certain papers, going to have a baby. Is there any truth in that? I mean, look, there it is, look.
Well,
Bet is to be a mum. Yes. Can only come from one newspaper. Yeah.
Here, Mary, more regard. Yeah. Well, do you know, I've begged him to have a vasectomy. I have, really, I have. I mean, and he said he preferred a Volvo. But that's Roy Barraclough.
Yeah.
Who plays
Alec.
Alec.
Yeah.
I honestly, I don't know advanced storylines, Terry. And even if I did, I wouldn't spoil it for our viewers.
So there's no truth that you know in that rumour?
I don't know, no.
Yeah.
But then I'd be the last to know. Probably the security, the guys at Granada, they might know.
With obviously anything that becomes popular, you're immediately under a microscope of press attention because they realise that the public want to know everything about you. Have you ever found that very oppressive? Because, you know, there have been some fairly nasty things written about you in the past, as there are most of us in the business. Has it made you feel that you want to pack it in, that you'd like to give it up?
No.
Ever?
Never. No. The people who love me and genuinely care about me know me. And that's what's important to me, Terry. It really is. I live with myself at the end of the day, with my own conscience. And I'm more than happy to do that.
Well, it's an admirable sentiment, and as long as we'll know that old Bet is going to be there for some time to come on the Rover's return, pregnant or not.
Ah, she certainly will
She'll be there.
She will.
Julie, congratulations on the award today and on 20 years of continued success in fine acting in Coronation Street. Ladies and gentlemen, Julie Goodyear.
Thank you.